KABC. We call the show Dining with Dills because, well, that's what we like to do. We like to go out, wine, and dine, and
find some deals.
And find some deals. We do. And I was going to say skip out on the tab, but what is that called when you do that? The Dine and Dash?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Peter Dills. It's the Dine and Dash show right here on Talk Radio 790 KABC. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I hope that you enjoyed tonight's show because we've got a great lineup tonight. We've got the program director. Hello, Mr. Program Director.
How's it going, Peter?
I'm doing well. 1-800-222-KABC. 1-800-222-KABC. I wish he'd say those call-in number a little bit slower so that first-time callers could...
It would go something like this. 1-800-222-KABC.
Or 1-800-222-5222. Why do you want that number down? Well, we've got some giveaways tonight. I'm giving away 2 tickets to the Pig Out that's happening on Sunday, August 25th in Costa Mesa, and that's 2 complimentary tickets to the Pig Out, and it's $150 value.
Wow.
Now, if you want to be eligible to win this, you have to listen to the whole show, because during the show, Mr. Program Director, we are going to say the magic words.
Oh, well, what's the magic word?
If I told you, then you'd win, and you can't win because
I'm trying to win.
You're an employee here at KABC Radio. We're here every Sunday night at 5 p.m. talking about things that happen in Southern California and events, and we love events, Mr. Program Director. In fact, we're preparing for the Taste. Yes, the Taste of Arcadia. It is on the calendar, and we will be there in force at the Arboretum in Arcadia on Baldwin. It's the Taste of Arcadia, and it does cost money to get in, but it's an all-you-can-drink and eat affair with live music, and I will be there. I'm going to be near the food court at the football area there. We got a big screen TV. My buddy T.G. Metzger has a big screen TV there, so there's no excuses. I want all of my peeps, all of my Dining with Dills Legionnaires to be there and support this great event. And you pay a little money to get in, but you don't have to pay anything more. You get to eat and drink.
I'll be next to the booze bar.
Yes, you will. Well, you'll be drinking, having one, and pouring one.
I'll be pouring 3.
So the cool thing about it, from now until the event on September 23rd, we're going to have different restaurants, not necessarily from Arcadia, but just from the area, coming in and bringing their food in. And tonight, we've got a real winner, my friend. We've got the good folks. Isn't this amazing how... Oh, here we go. The good folks from a really hot restaurant in Arcadia called Hot and Sweet Chicken. And the owner is out in the green room. Aldo. And he's going to come in, and he's got some fried chicken. Ooh, I'm just getting hungry thinking about all that great food he
Starving.
And you know what he did? What's really cool? He actually brought us some containers because he said there's plenty of food here. But he doesn't realize that we've got Mark Ramsey, we've got Steve, we've got my daughter Lauren Dills. Lauren, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
That's my daughter Lauren Dills. The first time in 3 years that she's come in studio with us. Yay! Remember those days with Stephanie Edwards that we used to have fun there?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, well, you don't remember. Well, we used to be on with Stephanie Edwards, and Lauren would come in with us and co-host the show. But we're not going to put too much pressure on her, but we will ask her what her favorite restaurant is. So I'm not going to tell you how old she is. Don't worry about that. But we'll get it from a teenager's perspective. Maybe it's a whole new demographic that we could be talking to. So if you are parents, which most of you probably are parents, hey, we've got a young lady here that can add a little spice of life to the show.
Give you the teenage perspective of where all the cool kids are hanging out.
Man, that milkshake is the bomb.
.com.
That is dope. That is fly. Do they say fly anymore?
I do.
No, Steve's laughing at me in the other room. Do they say fly anymore? That's fly? I don't know. We don't know. Back to this. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a little bit of fried chicken, and we've got a special word tonight. And once you hear that word, and Mark Ramsey and Program Director and myself are the only ones that know it. So the word could just come out in conversation.
Like if I said right now, I just changed my spare tire.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not it.
It's not.
But it could be. So if you hear a word that sounds a little out of place, go ahead and call in at 1-800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-KABC, and you could be going to the Pig Out which is a $150 value. So, have you won anything here on the show? We've been giving away stuff for 3 years.
I haven't.
I'd like you to call in and say, Peter, I got a gift card to this restaurant, and this is what we thought. No strings attached. Actually, if you call in, then you get back in the rotation, which is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, we were very curious about listening to your review of the places that we send you to, because after all, I mean, it is our street cred that is, out there, and we want you guys to approve our street cred or say, hey.
I know what you're saying. Our street cred, that means these guys know what they're talking about. When Peter talks to a restaurant and we go, talks about a restaurant and we go, we like it. And if there's something wrong, then we're going to say, hey, we're going to send the mafia down to your house or the restaurant owner's house and tell him to get his act together. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, I think I got a little mafioso in me. Don't get excited, Steve. He's going to play the West. Hi, sailor. No, he's not going to do that today. I guess that joke's getting a little bit old. What are we going to talk about today? I told you we're going to talk about the taste of Arcadia. Are you a barbecue fan?
Yes.
Ooh, there's a new restaurant in Pasadena. Well, they've got them in Chino and other places. It's called Dickey's. Dickey's Barbecue, and they claim, or they promote the fact that they are the real deal barbecue, and all of their barbecue is made in a barbecue pit. Now, what I liked about the restaurant, they have a sign up when you walk in. It said, we make all of our food fresh today. They barbecue all their food fresh today. Like spare ribs or beef ribs or chicken, things like that, right?
Right.
And they said, we could run out. And I like that because, if you're going to drive from Placentia to Costa Mesa or, a drive a ways, and you go to a restaurant and their signature item is gone, that would really bum you out, wouldn't it?
I would I'd throw some nasty words out there.
Yeah, but they're warning you that we cook everything that day, and it could be that it's sold out. We went in for lunch. Mike Bingley and I. You guys remember Mike Bingley?
Beer.
What happened to Mike Bingley?
He's around.
Maybe he had too many spare ribs.
Maybe.
Yeah, too many spare ribs for Mike Bingley. So anyway, after the break, we're going to be talking to Aldo. He's the owner of the restaurant in Arcadia that's participating in the Taste of Arcadia, and we've got some tickets to give away, and we've got some food.
Oh, yeah.
But we have no beer. So we're just going to be having beer. Oh, we're just going to be having food. I wonder if he brought us some spare ribs.
Maybe.
So we've got a $150 gift card. Something else. I am preparing for a half marathon. The Halloween rock and roll half marathon. If you've been listening to the show for the past year, you know that this guy, even though I'm a little overweight, likes to go running in the morning. And I've got some best foods for runners.
Ooh.
Yeah, I compiled myself without any help.
Right.
Yeah. Well, come on now. You know how it is in show business, Mr. Program Director.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying. So I've got some best foods for runners, and it's all good. So should we take a break or should we talk to Bill? Let's talk to Bill. Let's talk to Bill.
Have time?
Let's talk to Bill. Welcome back to Dining with Dills, Bill.
Hi.
That's hard for me to say. Dining with Dills, Bill. Bill, welcome to Dining with Dills.
How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I haven't listened to you for a while. Sorry.
You have?
I have not.
Oh, that's good. We like new listeners.
First time caller.
Long time
first
listener.
time.
No, first time caller, first time listener.
Something like that.
It's just been a while.
Okay, Bill, well, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of energy. We got a lot of food. And did we say the word?
Yeah, you said spare ribs.
I did say spare ribs.
And I actually found out. Do you know who Patty Mitchell is?
I do know Patty Mitchell. I saw her at the Encore Theater last night.
Queen of the OC.
The Queen of the OC.
Yeah, she just blogged it on Facebook, and that's why I'm listening to you.
Oh, cool. Oh, my God. You're going to make... Oh, the Queen of the OC. Okay, Bill, I'm going to put...
She's gonna flip out when she hears... Because I just talked to her about... I want to go to the Lexus Grand Tasting. What is it?
Oh, that's this week, Friday.
God, that's so fast, isn't it?
Yeah, I got to get my buddy Chris McCarty from Lexus to throw down some tickets for us. I bought a car from him. Might as well do something for us. But the good news is, Bill, that you're a winner, and you might get a chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm going to put you on hold, Bill, and please, we're here every Sunday night. Keep listening.
Thanks.
All right, there's Bill. So Joanne is on the phone. Joanne, welcome to Dining with Dills.
Hi, thank you.
You heard the word?
I heard the word spare ribs.
Okay, what are we going to give?
Can we send her out a Peter Dill shirt?
Well, let's give her some food. What do we know out in San Dimas? I am going to...
I will drive anywhere.
You'll drive anywhere. I am going to give you something. I don't know, Joanne. I've got gift certificates, like in a trunk full of gift certificates.
What's your favorite food? What do you like to eat?
Oh my gosh, seafood?
Like
seafood.
Do any
Okay,
seafood?
I'm going to give you a $30 gift card. Mark, you listening? Mark, I'm going to give you a $30 gift card to the Big Shrimps restaurant in Monrovia.
Awesome.
And that's just down the street
Love
from
that
you, right?
place. I've been there.
Joanne, tell all the people what is the best television show. What's the best television
It's
show on TV?
practically a television show.
Yeah, well,
if you
that's
log
true,
on to
because,
Peter Dills.
because you can watch us right now on peterdills.com. What's your favorite radio show?
Peter Dills radio show.
Joanne, that's the
Close
perfect
enough.
answer. Good job. Now, did you tell me how you knew the word?
How I what?
How you knew the word?
Spare ribs Facebook.
Facebook, cool. All right, Joanne, I'm going to put you on hold, and Mark's going to get your information.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Give me a week to get the gift card out to you. Don't call the station and get me in trouble, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, that's Joanne listening in San Dimas. It's Peter Dills. It's Dining with Dills. Talk Radio 790 KABC.
It's John
Hey everybody, it's Peter Dills, Dining with Dills, Talk Radio 790 KBC, Donna Summer. Hot stuff. Speaking of hot stuff, my buddy Aldo is here. He just needs to put his headphones on. No, you don't need to put your headphones on. Just make sure you're close to the microphone. He is one of the principals of the Hot and Sweet Chicken Restaurant in Arcadia. He's at 48 East Huntington Drive. And he is telling me that the Korean American twist on an American classic, meaning that means to me comfort food like fried chicken. Am I correct, Mr. Aldo?
Yes. We have fried chicken, we have Korean pizzas, and other Korean exciting foods. We have K-tacos, Korean tacos, and we also have some Korean traditional foods such as tteokbokki and dakdoritang.
What is Korean food exactly? Now, if you ask me what American food is, I'd say it's a hamburger. I would say it's a hot dog, like I said, meatloaf, a steak, the chicken. Those are American food items. And then, you go to a French restaurant and they serve chicken and fish and things that we were used to, but then they would use their own sauces. And that's what basically makes a lot of dishes in other countries different than what we do. But looking at the food, and if you're at home, check it out, peterdills.com, peterdills.com. Aldo brought a lot of food. And I'm going to grab over this, looks to me like fried chicken.
Yes, it is fried chicken. This is our original fried chicken. It's Korean
Now,
style.
what do you mean original?
Original, meaning that Koreans, they love fried chicken. And the way that they do fried chicken is a little bit different from the American style, which
I'm getting some.
normally is a whole chicken. It's being cut. In this case, a whole chicken brings about 15 pieces. There are small pieces. They are bite sizes. They're about equal size. And also, they're very tender and usually are cooked fresh.
The chicken is really good. And I appreciate the fact that you wrapped it up in tinfoil to make sure that the drive from Arcadia over here to La Cienega Boulevard, you made it. It's Peter Dills. It's Dining with Dills. It's Talk Radio 790 KBC. We're here every Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. And lately, man, we've had some really great guests bringing
Bring
on
the
the
chicken.
food. Bringing on the chicken.
I'm taking on
Lauren,
some.
Got some chicken. Pass some chicken over to my daughter Lauren because I know she's hungry. She's looking at it. She was looking at me, but now she's looking at
We
the
also
chicken.
have right here the sweet garlic chicken
Uh-huh.
and the spicy sweet garlic chicken.
What was your inspiration for opening the restaurant?
Well,
What did you think that when I being a college student, you're supposed to do some research when you're opening a business, fill a need. Did you feel like you were filling a need, and why Arcadia?
Well, basically, I used to own another restaurant, another Korean fried chicken restaurant, smaller. But then I saw the need in Arcadia, where in Arcadia there's really not this type of food, and we decided to bring a new twist. So that's what we call Korean-inspired flavors on American classics. So we wanted to introduce Korean flavors, but on American foods. So the flavors of Korea.
I'm eating this while looking at him, and he's saying, "Peter, come on." It's all going down your mouth here. So your family's listening. Go ahead and give a little shout out to the.
Hi to Sophia and Victoria, everybody at home.
All right, there we go. That's good. That's good radio there.
Is there cinnamon in this fried chicken?
There is secret spices. So part of it, it has some of it. If you
Did I
like,
stumble upon a secret?
and it has this original spice recipe, secret recipe.
When's the last time you've been to Korea?
I was in Korea in 2000. year 2000.
And would this be common street food, or this would be common restaurant food?
Well, this one right here is common street food.
Uh-huh.
This one's right here are common street food. And I'm sorry, these are the chickens is pretty much restaurant foods.
Okay. And then what do you have over here in the trays? And tell me what it is and describe it for those of our listeners that can't see it.
Now, this is what we call more of the K food, and this is more of the Korean traditional food.
Okay.
This is called the tteokbokki, which is the rice cakes, spicy rice cake, which has fish cake, it has eggs, and is in this sauce. And traditionally, it used to be served in the streets and the street vendors.
Pass me a fork.
Right here is the dakdoritang, which is the braised chicken,
Okay.
which it has scallions, it has some sweet chilies, and it has onions and potato, and it's also very somewhat spicy.
So tell me, I haven't been to the restaurant because we're celebrating the Taste of Arcadia, which is happening September 23rd in Arcadia at the Arboretum. And we're going to be having restaurants from Arcadia, at least from the Arcadia area, up until then on the show. So we'll be here every Sunday night. And the hot and sweet chicken, why hot and sweet chicken? Why not Korean fried chicken?
Well, we wanted to kind of emphasize the fact that we are really specialized in the chicken dishes. So the hot and sweet chicken is because the dishes are hot and also somewhat spicy and sweet. So that's the name.
Hot and, thus the name,
Right.
hot and sweet chicken.
I think I'm trying a hot chicken. Which one's this one?
Right, that's probably one of the spicy ones.
It's a little spicy.
Right.
Use habanero or something?
No, we use different spices. There is Korean.
He's not going to tell you.
Yeah,
He's
there is,
tried twice now.
there's different spices.
Tell me what you know.
Tell me what's in the dish. So, okay. So chicken is the emphasis, obviously, because that's what we're eating here. And we're talking about the Taste of Arcadia that's coming up on September 23rd. We're talking to Aldo. He is, were you born in Korea?
No, actually, my wife is Korean. So.
Yeah, you don't look.
No, I'm actually Japanese. So I'm Japanese
Ah.
with a Korean wife, therefore these Korean-inspired flavors.
Well, I'm American with no wife, so I guess we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
If you're single, give us a call.
That's my daughter.
Okay.
Don't look at her too much, Aldo. I'll get very upset.
Very
It's a
good
joke.
looking daughter.
You look at her. You're feeding her. It's all right. So anyway, tell us more about why and how, and I want to know about the interior of the restaurant. What am I going to? What are our listeners, when they come visit your restaurant, going to expect? Is it casual, or how can I dress like I am
Yes,
now?
yes, you can. It's casual. We have done really a good job of decorating the place. We have really nice, plushy. If you go on the website, you can actually see the restaurant pictures. So we kind of have a little bit upscale atmosphere, but it's a casual dining. We have really invested in really nice booths. They are red and black. We have really nice marble tables. The place is very large, so we have a 2,800 square feet space where big parties can come in.
And then
That's
the
not-
price points.
Price points somewhere between $9 and $18.
Okay.
So-
And then do we need reservations?
Reservation will be preferable, especially big parties. For example, yesterday we had a party of 25, so you can sit comfortably with 25 people.
My friend Mike Bingley just texted me and wanted to ask you, do you have a beer and wine license?
We have a beer and wine license. We have Korean beers.
What would a Korean beer be?
Well, the Korean beer, for example, we have Height, and Height is one of the best Korean beers.
Is it light, dark?
It is a light beer. It is a light beer, very good.
Why didn't you tell him to bring some beer?
Yeah, so
Beer.
maybe next time the beer.
No, next time to beer. All right. So, Aldo, great. So we're going to take another quick break, and then when we come back from the break, I want to tell everybody about Smart and Final, and we're going to keep munching on Aldo's food during the whole show.
Oh, the entire show.
How does that sound?
Sounds spectacular.
It's Peter Dills. It's Dining with Dills. It's Talk Radio 790 KABC.
Clean radio.
Sunday evenings at 6 on Talk Radio 790.
Korean love there, huh? Smart and Final. Yep, Smart and Final. Been with us from the get-go. Warehouse prices, big and small sizes. Of course, with small prices. First Street Chicken, leg quarters, limit 4 packages, 69 cents per pound. I said fresh tropical large mangoes, 2 for $1. Yep, mangoes are still in season. Grapes, they've got them. Red grapes, $1.99 for 2-pound packages. Planning on a barbecue tonight? Then head on over to Smart and Final. Pick up your First Street ground beef. It's only $1.99 per pound. Beer.
Where's the beer?
At Smart and Final, that's where the beer is. For Corona, Heineken, Modelo, Blue Moon. Ooh, I had some Blue Moon last night. Good beer. And Dos Equis beer, 24 12-ounce bottles, $21.99 CRV. Smart and Final, proud sponsor of Dining with Dills right here on KABC. Smart and Final store is now in downtown Los Angeles, where the company began more than 140 years ago. Located at 845 South Figueroa, just blocks away from the Staples Center, Smart and Final has added a store that has over 24,000 square feet, and it is designed to offer everything from business and household grocery shoppers that they love about Smart and Final, and that huge selection of produce, fresh meat, and the best prices in town. The Smart and Final also has a downtown ground by Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. It's the first store in the Smart and Final's history that's actually had a coffee shop inside, and it offers Wi-Fi and 90-minute parking. So if you're on Figueroa, check out Smart and Final. Yeah.
Maybe we can get them in maybe at the end of the month or
Okay.
September to bring in their coffee.
Well, that would be, if I'm reading it right, that's actually Coffee Bean, Tea, and Leaf.
So they have a coffee bean, tea, and leaf inside.
Yeah. Do you like coffee? You
Yeah,
like
I
coffee?
do.
All
I
right.
like
Well, let's
tea.
put that on the list of things to do.
Okay.
For shizzle, my okay. Let's get back to the 80s. I mean, 2013. Peter Dills, it's Dining with Dills, Talk Radio 790 KABC. Please do check out your computer. If you missed any of the show, we'll replay the whole show again live at 6 o'clock on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, last night we went to the Encore Theater to film for my television show, Dining with Dills, which airs tonight at 7 o'clock on Channel 101 for Charter. And I went to this place called the Encore Theater. And it's an old movie house. It was actually the first movie house that was ever built in Tustin. It was called the Tustin Theater in 1959. And then now it's called the Encore Theater, fast forward years later. And they do shows like Fiddler on the Roof or Grease, fun stuff like that. Fun shows, fun plays. Now, what they also have, which is worth it, I just had a blast, is they've got impersonators. Frank Sinatra. Last night, Dean Martin was there.
Awesome. One of my favorites.
This guy that did Dean Martin, tall, thin, that wavy kind of Dean Martin hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give away a little secret. He had a cigarette in his hand the whole time, but it was one of those, the little ash was it's electronic thing.
Right. Well, you can't smoke inside places
No, he
anymore.
can't. But he talked just like Dean, like nice and low. Hey, Peter, I remember your dad. We'd watch him on TV. I'm not doing a good Dean Martin. Oh, so my point is, it was just a dynamite show. It's called the Encore Theater. But what I did, I have a clip. If you go on to my YouTube channel, just type in Peter Dills on YouTube, and you can see this guy. And I wrote in Dean Martin just not to confuse you. Obviously, it's an impersonator, but this guy is good. This guy was so good.
My favorite thing about Dean Martin was that he was with Jerry Lewis, and I always loved the Jerry Lewis Dean Martin movies. Those are always
those
the
are
best.
hilarious. He sang, what's that? Volare, oh.
And that's more.
And that's amore, pizza pie.
Like,
When you see in the moon like a big pizza pie, that's... Come on, Aldo, finish the sentence. You're not going to get any more free publicity here unless you finish the sentence. When the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie, that's...
Amore.
Amore. That's amore. All right. Back to Aldo then. Okay, so... He didn't.
It's all right.
He didn't. But okay, well, we like you because you brought his food.
Yeah.
You brought his food. Address, phone number, website, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yes, we do.
Tell me the address.
We have the address 48 East Huntington Drive, in the corner of Huntington and First in Arcadia. Come by. Our phone number is 626-445-6300, and our website hotandsweetchicken.com. The
And you-
N is with the N.
Can you turn around and wave to all the 69 people that are in the studio right now because they want to give you a standing ovation? Guys, stand up for Aldo. There we go. There we go. Can you hear that, Aldo?
Very nice.
Although, so what kind of food, the food that we're tasting here today, is that going to be the same food that you're taking to the
good
Taste
question.
of Arcadia?
Yes,
Very
it
good
is. These
question.
will be the three samples
Okay.
that we'll bring to the Taste of Arcadia.
Another great reason to go to the Taste of Arcadia. This food alone, with some beer.
With some beer. You gonna bring any beer?
Can you like?
I think other vendors will bring beer.
No, don't say
Yeah.
it. Just bring it.
Yeah.
Bring the Korean beer.
Sneak some for us when
Yeah.
we see you.
The program director and I won't tell anybody. Just like, hey.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, that's how we roll. You know what? We've got our own booth there. Maybe we'll get Aldo's booth a little closer.
Do we
to
have
us.
our own booth there?
Yeah, we got our own
A
booth.
KBC booth or a Peter Dills booth?
There. It will be. There'll be a KBC banner there.
Okay, it's a Peter Dills booth. Oh, look at you, Peter.
Oh, of course.
I'm really liking the chicken, the fried chicken.
From Arcadia to Orange County, back up to Ventura, we cover it all. Okay, so Aldo, before I let you go, I'm going to give you the Peter Dills stamp of approval. No matter where you're listening to the show, and I don't say this often, no matter where you're listening to the show, if you're in Orange County or Ventura or Arcadia, you got to check out Aldo's place, Hot and Sweet Chicken. It's different. It's different and it's good. And different sometimes means
Good.
good. And plus, I want you to call in and tell me how you like the Korean beer. At least, you know.
Do you have Korean women walking around?
Okay, that's enough.
No.
Anyway, thank you, Aldo, and we'll see you at the Taste of Arcadia on September 23rd.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Great. And you brought us lots of food. So if you're out there in the parking lot, there's probably a lot of food that we can share with
No,
you.
I want
out
it
there.
all for me. What are you doing, Peter? I'm trying to get some of this for myself.
So speaking of spare ribs, don't call because we've already given away the gift card. I went to a restaurant in Pasadena, and like I mentioned before, it's called Dickey's Barbecue, and they've got a few of them. It's a franchise, you know. Everybody dreams of being selling a franchise, right?
Right.
Wouldn't it be nice somebody paid you $100,000 to use your name?
Absolutely.
So I went to this Dickey's Barbecue. I'm a big barbecue fan. I mean, I think that, and Mike Bingley is too. Wish he could have been here tonight. I wonder what
Right.
happened to him. I guess he got
You
lost in the
should be
food.
like, hey, Mike, you should come on the show
And
more
he had-
often.
Maybe he had too much beer. So Dickey's Barbecue is open now in Pasadena, a small strip mall on the corner of Sierra Madre and Colorado. Pasadena, you know Pasadena, Colorado is where the Rose Parade goes down. And again, to be a barbecue place like Tony Roma's, if you ever listen to the Tony Roma's commercials, they didn't say Tony Roma's barbecue. They said Tony Roma's a place for barbecue, but they never said the word barbecue because Tony Roma's really isn't barbecue. It's done in an oven. So you cannot call. You get it? You see what I'm getting
Right.
at? Barbecue has to be barbecue. You have to barbecue it and it's
Can you microwave it?
It really is against the law. And the health department can come in if you're calling something barbecue and it's not barbecue. But anyway, what I'm getting at, they do have a barbecue pit at this Dickey's Barbecue, and they started in Dallas, and I've been to Dallas, and what I kind of found interesting about Dickey's was they have a big sign, and it says, hey, we might run out of certain items because we cook things fresh every day. So would you be disappointed if you drove from Santa Barbara to Pasadena to Dickey's? Well, I'm not going to recommend that you do, because the restaurant just isn't that type of restaurant good enough where I could recommend a few places in Santa Barbara that I could tell you to go for barbecue. You wouldn't need to drive to Pasadena. However, for Dickey's, they do have locations throughout Southern California. So as I mentioned before, my buddy Mike Bingley and I went over to Dickey's to check it out. Now, and Mike's a pretty good barbecue guy, he knows. And I thought to myself, okay, what I want to do, I want to try a little bit of everything on the menu, right? So I got a combo, and it was $14.50. That's an okay price. Look,
Especially for barbecue.
I was just going to say, barbecue is expensive. I mean, I don't care where you go to get real deal barbecue that's been smoked, cured, or what have you. Barbecue is not cheap. It's just not cheap. Beef ribs, baby backs, spare ribs, chicken. And so I was a little disappointed in the sense that Dickey's only had spare ribs. And the sign had this beautiful picture of what I thought were baby back ribs, but they were actually spare ribs. And he said, well, they're St. Louis spare ribs, and they're better than baby backs. I said, okay, well, and I said it. And I said, let me be the judge of that. And I just said it without thinking, but that's what I do,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. So I got the combination, $14.50. I got the spare ribs. I got a little bit of chicken, and I got the beef brisket. And the menu says that the spare ribs are fall off the bone meat. Well, they weren't. They just weren't.
They stood on the bone.
They stood on the bone, and there really wasn't a lot of meat to them. And actually, the spare ribs reminded me of something that you might get at a Chinese restaurant on a buffet or something like that. There just wasn't a lot of meat there, and it didn't really look like the sign that was up in the restaurant. I prefer baby back ribs. Now, spare ribs and baby backs are both pork. Baby backs are a little bit more tender, and they should be fall off the bone. I don't really remember spare ribs being called fall off the bone, but you could call and correct me, and I might be wrong on that issue. But as far as Dickey's goes, the spare ribs, I say the spare ribs are very pedestrian.
Ooh.
The chicken was okay.
Eee.
You know, it's like kissing your sister on the cheek. But, however...
It's a sweet thing.
Yeah, well, but the saving thing was, and the reason that I would go back is two reasons. They have brisket that is to die for. So if you're a brisket fan and you're looking for brisket, Dickey's is the spot, and it is good. It is better than good. It is above average brisket at Dickey's. If you've been to the South and you've tried barbecue in the South, they have what is called sweet tea. And for some reason, McDonald's has sweet tea on the menu sometimes. But sweet tea is a Southern, it's like it's a common drink in the South, especially in places like Atlanta or Tennessee. When you go into barbecue places, you get sweet tea. And they've got sweet tea at Dickey's. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best, I'm going to give it a 7. And that's a pretty good score, even though I said some things that...
That sounds like a reluctant 7 to me.
If they didn't have the brisket and the sweet tea, it'd be a 4. But the brisket was that good that...
Just bumped it up 3 notches.
It bumped it up. In fact, that if I was having a barbecue and I went to Smart and Final and got all my paper plates and all that stuff, I'd sneak over to Dickey's just for the brisket.
Wow.
It's that good.
Okay.
So, what do I think? What do you guys think? How did that...
That sounds legit.
Legit. Check it out. Don't go for the spare ribs.
Get the brisket.
Get the brisket.
How was the beer?
No beer.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Drop them down another 3 points.
I know. So anyway, that's Dickey's. If you're a big brisket fan, check it out. And I guess we got to take one more quick break. And when I come back from the break, I've got a whole list of stuff. If you're training for a marathon, half marathon, I've got some foods that you might want to consider to eat. So it's Peter Dills. It's Dining with Dills. 1-800-222-KABC. 1-800-222-KABC.
Clean Radio. KABC. Addiction happens. Recovery and a new life starts here. Featuring celebrity and professional interviews. For immediate assistance, go to cleanradio.com. That's clean with a K.
Paid for by Stansbury Associates Investment Research.
Hey, Marty? Yeah? I heard this rumor that if you say 5 specific words to a bank teller, they might hand you a fistful of silver that's worth $50, maybe $100 or more.
5 secret words, huh?
I'm serious. There's this guy, a former Wall Street banker from the Midwest, who told me about this weird little transaction. He says it's 100% free and available at almost every FDIC-insured bank. But you've got to say 5 specific words.
What are the 5 words?
Hey, I'm next in line. If you want the full details, go to 13retirementsilver.com.
Next.
Hi, do you have any silver barrel?
What's that website again?
It's the number 13 retirementsilver.com. You can get the details there. Then just swing by your local bank and see if it works. It doesn't cost anything, and you might walk out with some real hold in your hand silver.
Here you go. Learn the secret at www.13retirementsilver.com. That's www.13retirementsilver.com.
My name is Koma, and I'm a walking miracle. One day, I felt a lump in my breast, but my doctor told me I was too young to have breast cancer. She was wrong. By the time I was diagnosed at City of Hope, I had advanced inflammatory breast cancer and given a 5% chance of survival.
At City of Hope, we live to cure cancer. Our breast cancer program is the largest in California, with advanced surgical techniques that can lead to high survival rates, many less invasive for faster recoveries. Koma received chemotherapy followed by a double mastectomy with reconstruction so she could look and feel like herself again.
In the middle of it all, I took a few days off to get married, bald head and all. Now I'm healthy and have a beautiful son 6 years later.
If you have cancer, make us your first call at 800-826-HOPE, 800-826-HOPE, or ask your doctor for a referral. We accept most insurance. At City of Hope, we live to cure cancer.
The Cure for the Common Commute, 790 KABC.
Jackson Brown, I love Jackson Brown. Running on Empty, that must be my cue to talk about the best foods for runners. You're planning on, well, you know, a lot of you out there just like to do little fun runs, and I do. I'm preparing for a half marathon, which is happening October 28th, I believe, downtown LA. It's a rock and roll half marathon, Halloween. Done. This will be my third. Everybody's eating, so I'm going to take the... Okay, this is why we have a cough button. This will be my third half marathon, and it's a rock and roll half marathon, which means they're just going to have music in there. But anyway, the point is that what are the best foods for runners? Yeah, you know, you don't want to you want to get into the spirit of the competition by getting in shape, not eating a whole bunch of fried food and beer. That's not a way to do it, is it, Aldo? He's not listening. Okay,
he's eating.
He's eating. Everybody's eating. So what are the foods? You need food. Food is fuel. So if you're training for a half marathon, a 10K, 5K, or a full marathon, food is fuel. So you need to think about what you should be eating. In fact, in the morning, of what you should be eating before you start running. So here are a few ideas that I have. And whole grains. Runners pretty much have it down that they need carbs. But the protein is getting quality carbs. Instead of loading up on spaghetti, which I usually do, the night before, black rice. So black rice is actually better than spaghetti or any pasta the night before. Think about that. Wow. So, number one, black rice. Lean beef. Well, lean beef isn't for everyone because the leaner the beef, the less fat, and the fat is where the good stuff comes from. If you're a barbecue fan like I am, you know you need a little bit of fat in your steak. But lean beef is a great source of protein. And as you're training, and I've got 2.5 months left, as you're training, lean beef helps speed muscle recovery. So this morning I ran 6.5 miles. Kind of hard to walk to the car after that. But things like lean beef are good when you're training for a half marathon. Now, if you're a vegetarian, don't worry. There's things that you can do to
not be a vegetarian.
Yeah,
like eat more meat, people.
Choy, things like choy, red cabbage, onion, carrots, and the aforementioned black rice. Eggs, yep, you know it. Just like your mom used to make it for you at home, eggs are a great source of protein. One single egg contains 6 grams of protein, plus nutrients that provide other protein sources. So, recap, eggs, lean beef, whole grains are good. Yogurt. I like yogurt. Oh, I like yogurt. I like that Dannon yogurt with pineapple. That's my favorite.
I'm a Greek yogurt guy.
You are?
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, it's really good.
So I said Dannon. Maybe somebody from the sales department can contact Dannon.
Immediately.
I don't know who owns Dannon, but not only does it... yogurt. Not only does it provide vegetarian protein, it's loaded with calcium. Yogurt's biggest benefit for runners is the live bacteria, which keeps your gut in shape. You know what I mean? So opt for the low-fat plan, the low-fat yogurt. I like getting it with the fresh fruit, and I actually add a little bit of honey. And when I talked about the last race that I did, they have those goo packs. So for those of you that are runners, know about the goo packs. But a tablespoon, which are $1.50, and since program director is the cheapest person on the earth,
Pretty much.
you should know that honey, a tablespoon of honey will give you just as much energy as one of those goo packs.
I steal all the honey from the coffee shop right here in the studio.
I'm not. Oh, from the studio. Oh boy. Oh, Lordy. Yeah,
Bunch of free honey here.
So anyway, recapping: whole grains, black rice, lean beef, eggs, and yogurt. And one more thing that I'm going to add to this list: almonds. Not heavily salted, but almonds are a great source of protein, and also almonds and pistachios and cashews are great for digestion. So that's kind of cool. You guys thought I was some Dining with Dills, Peter Dills. I know a little bit about it, and thank you for the research, Mr. Program Director, and helping me with this story.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be talking about other things in the next few weeks leading up to the big half marathon. Is that a deal, everybody?
It's beyond a deal.
All right, let's do it. So those are the best foods for runners, and we'll come up with some other hints as the race gets a little closer. And I know a lot of you are going to be running in the race because there's like 7,000 or 8,000 people that run in the race. Oh, the one more thing, the perfect food. What do you think, Aldo? What do you think the perfect food is?
Perfect food.
The perfect food. It's nature's power bar. The perfect food.
Granola?
Lauren Dills, what do you think the perfect food is?
Beans.
What does your dad eat every morning?
Cereal.
Banana. Very good. Very good. Bananas are nature's power bar. Deserves its reputation in the fitness world. Bananas are loaded with potassium and rich in vitamin C, B6, as well as fiber. You need fiber. Not too much fiber before running. Trust me. Yeah. And it boosts performance and balancing those electrolytes before you get running. You need the energy. You need the water. You don't want to get dehydrated. Raisins, if you're a big raisin fan, raisins, not so much as bananas, but if you are a raisin lover, an ounce of raisins, a handful of raisins before you run in the race is a good thing too.
And maybe you wash all that down with a big glass of milk.
No, not before a race. No. In fact, dehydration, milk is actually not good for dehydration. Just water and just plenty of fluids in the morning. Just plenty of water, or even a Gatorade or any energy sports drink, not energy drink. The energy drinks aren't good, but you need to replace those liquids. So you got to figure if you're going to be running 13 miles, you're gonna have to drink a lot of water before you get going. Apples. One more thing. Apples is, if you eat one apple before you run, it's the equivalent of having a cup of coffee. You'll get just as much energy from one apple than you will a cup of coffee.
But you won't be looking cool walking around with your Starbucks coffee
before the race.
Yeah,
I know.
That's the cool thing.
And isn't that what life is? It's not doing it. It's looking cool doing it.
Yeah.
You know, right? So wearing your new shoes, and I mean, it's all perception. But that's for another show. I can talk about other stuff for an hour. It doesn't have to be food. I can just talk about
you're more than one thing.
Yeah, I could have a relationship show. If you're having problems, give me a call. I'll settle all your problems.
I will say this: Peter's helped me in my single life, and he's actually given me ideas, and he's given me some, just some good old advice on relationships and women.
You got to pay for the first date, Mr. Program.
I'm still trying to get at the exact opposite, where she pays for me.
Let me tell you something. There's not a dating website called Let's Go 50/50. No, it's not the Dutch Dutch.com.
We're sitting on a gold mine. We should think of that website. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
pretty sure there's a lot of people in my boat.
Well, if you had a boat, you wouldn't have problems getting women.
It'd be a dinghy.
It would be a dinghy.
Totally.
Oh, it would be a small little boat.
Yeah.
Does it have oars, or does it have an actual motor?
No, it has people, and then there's a guy with a drum.
Does he have a Thurston?
Of course.
Like Gilligan's Island hat on?
Oh yeah. It's a whole thing.
Okay. So the Taste of Arcadia is coming up September 23rd, 2013 at 5:30, and it goes till 9 o'clock. And at 40 food, restaurant, and drinks, my buddy Aldo will be there giving you some fried chicken, and then
smuggling in some beer.
Beer for us. So also the Pig Out is happening kind of sooner than later. Orange County's most respected chefs are challenged to create a show-stopping pork dish for everyone to sample. They've got bartenders that are going to be making craft cocktails, and it's going to be it's $150, but we gave 2 of them out on the show, and it's going to be happening Sunday, August 25th in Costa Mesa.
That's
How
next
cool
Sunday.
is that? Yeah. So next Sunday, I guess we won't be there because we'll be here on the radio.
But everybody can listen to us on their smartphones because KABC is an iHeartRadio station.
Yep, my friend Robin Salazar from Robin's Barbecue listens on iHeartRadio, and my buddy Bob Monk is up in Wisconsin, and he listens to Dining with Dills on iHeartRadio. But if that's too much for you, just go to your computer, even if your computer's 10 years old, type in Peter Dills, and we're live streaming. And then at 6 o'clock on YouTube, the whole show plays in its entirety.
It's a rebroadcast.
That's the way that Mr. Program Director would say it. I'm trying to explain it. Okay, if you just tuned in, just a reminder, at 7 o'clock tonight, Dining with Dills on Charter Channel 101. Dine and Dash, Taste of Arcadia, fried chicken, bananas, apples, Pig Out, spare ribs, Aldo, hot and sweet chicken, the 80s, Dean Martin, Dickey's Barbecue, brisket, marathon running. And we do have a guest next week. We have the Red Carpet Liquor Store that you might know in Glendale has just opened up a new location in Arcadia, and they will be a part of the Taste of Arcadia, and they will be bringing in some bubbly for us to sample.
I'm getting chocolate wasted.
And they know, the guys and girls that are coming in next week know their wine, and so we'll be talking about wine. What a great show. I told you it goes by fast.
Nice.
Good job, Aldo. Yeah, and you brought in food everybody liked because everybody participated tonight.
And nobody talked.
Guys, thank you, my daughter Lauren Dills, for coming in after 3 years. Yay! Did you have a good time, honey?
Yes, I did.
How did your dad do?
He did good. He doesn't talk this much at home.
All right, you guys. We'll talk to you next week. It's Peter Dills. It's Dining with Dills.